Hello, Stardusts. How are we doing this evening? I keep forgetting to adjust which game I'm playing for the evening. Since I'm not restreaming to YouTube anymore directly, just to make sure I don't accidentally mess things up, because you're not supposed to do that as an affiliate. Some of my stuff has changed in OBS. Yeah, that also didn't help. I was sprawled out in bed, effectively, and Killfish didn't poke me or anything, because I didn't think to set an alarm, because the Seth is a space case. We've discussed this before. Oh my goodness. I mean, but if today was Saturday, we'd have both been in trouble anyway because of what we did yesterday. Because our plans for yesterday were different than a normal Saturday. But I guess that also is probably it, because we didn't have a quote-unquote normal Saturday. So your brain's just like, oh yes, today must be normal Saturday. My voice is a little raspy today. I hope that's okay. I can't really do a lot about it. I kind of have that tickly feeling at the back of your throat. And like getting sick. I'm not 100% sure. I was around a lot of people yesterday, and a lot of those people were wearing perfumes and had recently smoked cigarettes. I don't have an issue, in theory, with perfumes or cigarettes. I just am sensitive to those particular scent things. I think I've mentioned before, I have migraines, and scent can actually trigger them for me. It doesn't for everyone. Every migraine sufferer is different, which is fantastic, let me tell you, because, maybe your best friend has migraines and they have no issue with scent, but they have, they can't eat wine, coffee, some of their favorite things. They can't drink soda anymore, things like that. But yeah, Kettlefish is also sensitive to smells. We have to have a house that is fragrance-free as much as possible. But the only thing that their nose can tolerate is Lush. Which is amazing, because I love Lush's sparks. But, yeah, sometimes I miss having candles. But I'm not going to bring a candle into the house that, might set off important people. It's the same sacrifice that my partners in Halligan had to make for me. They pretty much could only burn incense when I wasn't around. And they missed it. I'm pretty sure they're having a lot of fun being able to do that since I don't live with them anymore. But, they miss me, so things like that. But yeah, scents. It's pretty much one of the worst things about being with people. Or being with people. Let me rephrase that. It's one of the worst things about being around strangers. Because your friends, they can accommodate you. Because you've explained to them the situation. And if they can't accommodate you, or won't accommodate you, well, they're kind of shitty friends, and you should consider different friends. Because, especially in a case like this, it's a medical condition. And the same goes if you are, say, a person with trauma or PTSD and you have triggers, your friends should also be willing to accommodate those triggers and not trigger you. It's okay if they do it accidentally because they weren't thinking, or they didn't know yet, or something they did was just close enough that they didn't think it would actually do anything, but it did. Accidents happen, and that's not a bad thing. What's the problem is when your friends don't care. Like, you told them, or you told them multiple times, but they're just like, nah, I don't give a shit. I've had abusive friends, and I've had abusive partners, so, what you snuffling about for, Valentine? So one of the cats, well, both of the cats recently, their fun thing to do is to decide, oh, let's leap up onto the stove and sniff around for remnants of dinner. Even though, if we actually offered them some of what we had for dinner, they wouldn't fucking eat it. Hey, Kittlefish, do you have a moment? Can you close the cupboards? Val is giving them a look that I don't trust. Thank you. I know you're in the middle of something, so it's okay. And if need be, I will go scoop her myself. Life with cats. I love them. They're great. We can't even scold Val that much. Like, you have to be kind of careful with, like, you really shouldn't, like, shout at your cats or bang things at them, because teaching your cats to respect you because of fear isn't really great. But, like, especially with Val, because she's just a scared little bug, it makes it harder, too. It's kind of like, well, I have to yell at you a little, and, like, you're like, no, don't do that thing. And then she's like, ah. And you're like, no, it's okay, you don't have to be a scared little bug. Just don't do that thing. Case in point, Kittlefish is getting ice cubes from the refrigerator, and I totally just saw Val zoom across the floor going, ah! Scary noises! I love her to bits. I wish I knew how to help her be less anxious. But I was a little late, and I've babbled for like 15 minutes. My goodness. I will be needing to drink water fairly regularly today, I see that. Water's in 6. Let's swap over to... I do hate cola, but I will try it. It smells interesting. Yeah, it tastes mostly like Dr. Pepper. tastes a little sweeter, I think. Am I right? Okay. Oh. There's the, does that one have the, aspartame in it? There it is. I don't drink soda very much. So I pretty much always drink full fat soda, as it were. Because, yeah, I can taste the aspartame. I think I can taste the other artificial sweeteners, but aspartame's the one that most people use. So, yeah, it's just on my tongue. Blech. Game screen. I know it. I know how to be a streamer. Oh! I have little faces. Oh, that's cool. Oh, right. Well, there's no Banky. There's me. I forgot to set it up properly. I was being silly. Alright. Here goes. Alright. Oh, I just sat up more. Oh, no, it's somewhere on the field. I just want to... Let's just make my monkey bigger as a visual asset. And just snuggle in deeper. Yeah, that'll work better. I'll play around with it if I ever use a game that has a controller on Sundays again. So that you can actually see the controller. And at some point, I'll figure out how to use it for games that I can use a controller on that aren't with my pajama arms. It's like I know how to talk. Alright. Sorry for the little noises. I'm slightly adjusting my audio arm. I should have probably turned off. That would have been the smart thing to do. Let's load this. Did I save after getting that mail? Do I have more mail? Nope. I read these last time. Nope. Wrong button. This button. Alright. Dawn of a new day. Actually, it's already noon. We didn't sleep at all. Sleep deprivation makes the summer sun seem all brighter. I really don't want to go outside, but I'm fed up with the humidity inside the lab. I chug a bottle of Dr. P. My stomach protests. Maybe I drank too fast. I'm exhausted. My hands are shaking slightly, and my vision is cloudy. I could pass out if I'm not careful. Maybe I should take a shower. That should stave off exhaustion. Eventually I'll figure out the right size for this monkey. Like that? Maybe like that. That should stave off exhaustion, if only temporarily. This building has a basic shower room. There's no bath, but it's enough. The lab would be hell without it. Daru is at his computer, his back turned towards me. His right leg is bouncing impatiently. The room is mostly silent, save for the electric fans humming and Daru's mouse clicks. Daru doesn't look my way, and he doesn't try to start a conversation. Neither do I. I don't have the energy. Outside is a sunny summer afternoon, but inside the air is stale and empty of life. Yesterday, that shocking experiment convinced me that the phone wave was also a time machine. But Kurisu didn't seem willing to accept the results. She just started screaming. Then she took a mad dash out of the lab. It was like she couldn't get out of here fast enough. As for Mayuri, she was depressed about her chicken and bananas, so she skipped her daily costume sewing and went home. Grudges over food run deep, I guess. Which leaves the lab empty, save for Daru and me. Our enthusiasm shot through the roof when we realized that the phone wave had tremendous hidden potential. We nearly died of excitement after successfully sending an email to the past. So we stayed up all night doing experiments to confirm whether or not it is indeed a time machine. The results, however... We went to the supermarket and stocked up on a wide variety of items. We tossed each of them into the phone wave, but everything failed. No change. Nothing happened. After the experiment where the discharge phenomena occurred, everything warmed up normally. No jellification. Suddenly we couldn't get anything to happen. We still have no idea why. First, let's review the problems revealed by this last run of experiments. Problem 1. Electrical discharge safety precautions. We removed everything flammable from the development room to reduce the risk of fire. We also prepared 2 fire buckets full of water, just in case. But that's not a fundamental solution. We keep an eye out from now on, but if things get dangerous, we should seriously consider relocating our experiments. Problem 2. Mass increase. When the discharge phenomena occurs, the phone waves only gains mass for unknown reasons. Because of this, the microwave broke the table and made a dent in the floor. To deal with the issue, we placed the microwave on the floor. We spread cushions and blankets underneath. This hides the hole in the floor, too. It's only a temporary fix, though. If we make any more holes, Mr. Braun is quite capable of raising my rent. And that's to say nothing of the calamity it will cause if it falls through the floor. Anyway, we need to find the source of the mass increase, if amateurs like us even can, that is. But the first 2 problems pale before the third. The last problem is critical. Until we solve it, we can't even really experiment with phone wave. Problem 3. We're not even sure of the necessary conditions to send email to the past. No matter how many times we tried, we couldn't pin down a single condition. We spent the entire night doing trial and error. We tried over 40 different things, but not once could we reproduce the discharge phenomenon. I had the idea that opening the microwave door was key. That theory was proven false. There might be something else I'm missing, but for now we're at an impasse. We started off in high spirits, but grew more and more frustrated as time progressed. Which brings us to the present. Honestly, I gave up. That's why I spent the entire morning lazing about like this. Another email pops up on my phone. I've been getting way too many of these since yesterday. Oh, it's from her. Are you still asleep? Wow, no. They're all from Shining Finger, the woman called Kiryu Moeka. I've never used email this often before. Even Mayuri only sends me 1 or 2 a day, and she's a teenage girl. Frankly, this is starting to get on my nerves. I saw how fast Shining Figure typed. That should have been enough to tip me off that she was a male demon. I was careless. It's too much of a pain to reply, so I ignore it. I finish off my bottle of Dr. B. My stomach gurgles. I haven't eaten anything since yesterday. I'm so hungry I don't even feel like showering. I call out to Daru, who's hammering on the keyboard.
Na, Sambo ni gyudon demo kui ni ikanai ka?
Ayushi's spending money is getting dangerously low. You and Daru need to chip in too sometimes. You don't get between me and my food. Oh no! No, 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 no. No. Yeah, we'll do that one. Better than the other one. Let's not call Mayuri fat, because she isn't.
Ah, めんどい。
腹は減ってないのか？
減ったけどさ。
煮え切らない男め。
What is he doing on the computer anyway? I'm curious, so I casually peek over his shoulder. There's an image of a futuristic-looking facility I've never seen before. Richly colored cords crawl through a gigantic octagonal tunnel, like the interior of a spaceship from a sci-fi movie. Based on the height of the people in the picture, the tunnel looks to be more than 10 meters tall. Incidentally, the people don't look Japanese. Daru sighs heartily. I don't know if the blank look in his eyes is from sleepiness, exhaustion, or if something's just wrong with him.
ラージハドロンコライダーにはマジ癒されるよな。
貴様、今何と言った？
Large, hard-on coriander? Is that an incantation? No, a secret technique?
ラージハドロンコライダー。知らんの？
I grab Daru's relaxed shoulders and wring them out.
何すんだよ。
寝ぼけているのか？
寝ぼけてないよ。
そのラージハドロンコライダーとは何なんだ？
セルンだよ、セルン。その施設の実験装置、略称は LHC。
I have absolutely no idea what that's saying, but thank you, I think. I don't know Japanese, I'm sorry. It's okay. Things like that happen. He was playing around. Okay.
マジ燃えるからおぬぬめ。
Do you know what he said?
お前、人でないものにも性欲を。
ねえよ。でもなんつうの、見ててワクワクするっつうの、ニヤニヤできるっつうの、そんな感じってあるやん。
Oh. Okay. It sounds like a quote from something, perhaps then.
.そういえば少し前は工場や高速道路の高架下がたまらないとか言っていたな。
そうそう、あれと一緒。
節操がなさすぎる。
2D, 3D, and even inanimate objects. San Andreas. Ah.
ジャンル分けして自分で興味の対象を狭める方がもったいなくね。
And yet you'll do anything to avoid things that don't interest you. Hypocrite. I mean, that's hot kettle much.
セルンか。
That name. I've seen it somewhere, and recently. Where was it again? Oh, I don't know. The time traveler was talking about CERN making things. Oh, of course.
ジョン・タイター。
ああ、ジョン・タイター。オカリンが言ってたのって今アットチェンで祭りになってるやつのことだったんだな。
それは偽物である可能性もある。俺が言っているジョン・タイターは10年前に現れた方だ。
10年前にも現れたん？同一人物？
I'd hoped that Dario would remember, but no such luck.
とにかくジョン・タイターがセルンのことについて触れていた。
I don't remember all of it. There's one thing I'm sure of.
タイターはこんな予言を残した。すなわち2034年までにセルンがタイムマシンを完成させると。
おお、タイムマシン。まさにタイムリーな話題じゃん。でもそれって10年前じゃなくて今のタイターも言ってた気がす。
10年前だろうが今だろうがどちらでもいい。それより気にならないか、ダル。この奇妙な符号はシュタインズゲートの選択である可能性が高い。
タイターって信頼できるん？
信頼できるかできないかはどうでもいいのだ。俺たちと奴は今タイムマシンというキーワードでつながっている。そのタイターが言及したセルンについて念のために調べたとしても損にはならないはず。
Vigor returns to my body. Curiosity truly is the greatest delicacy for a mad scientist like me. Anyway, the phone wave experiment has hit a dead end for now, so it shouldn't matter if I make a little detour for this.
ダル、セルンについて詳しく。
OK。僕のセルンフォルダが火を吹くぜ。
Darius strikes his keys with renewed passion. He goes to My Pictures and opens a folder literally called CERN.
セルンは世界最大の素粒子物理学の研究施設だよ。ヨーロッパ素粒子物理学研究所だとか、欧州素粒子原子核研究機構みたいな通称で呼ばれることもある。スイスとフランスの国境近く、ジュネーブ郊外にあってさ、古いところだと HTML や HTTP、ワールドワイドウェブを生み出したところってんで有名。
Pretty sure we all know what those are, but let's just put them out. Yep. Okay, at least I know what those are. I used to do them a lot. But yeah, I used to do web design stuff back when you had to do it manually in a text document.
ワールドワイドウェブだと。それってインターネットの？
Water. Thank you for the water, Gabe. My voice is raspy today, so I definitely appreciate it. How are you doing?
ビンゴ URL の最初についてるやつ。
CERN invented that? You're tired, but alright. Well, tired is okay. Being alright is the more important thing. I'm glad you're doing okay today. Back when HTML was edited in Notepad and dinosaurs roamed the earth. Yeah, that was about the same time frame, wasn't it? Oh! That's amazing. All I know about CERN is what I read in Kyra's book. I never knew that they were that amazing.
日本じゃそんなに馴染みはないけど、日本の研究チームも現在進行形で参加してたりするのだぜ。
セルンはどんな研究を？
基本的には素粒子物理学かな。世界でも唯一セルンしか持ってない超でかい実験装置を持ってるんだ。いわゆる粒子加速器ってやつ。低速汎用子蓄積リング、陽子シンクロトロンブースター、大型電子陽電子コライダー。でラスボスは世界最大を誇る LHC ラージハドロンコライダータン。
Tan? Otaku possess the ability to anthropomorphize in moe form just about anything in the world simply by sticking Tan on the end of its name. Daru's powers encompass even particle accelerators. Daru doesn't seem to notice my shock. He just brings up the next image.
LHC はセルンの地下にある全長約27キロのサークル状トンネルに設置された粒子加速器なんだよ。
I know the Large Hadron Collider is real too. There was a big, thing about the experiments, destroying the world or whatever when they first started running them. I seem to remember that.
陽子同士をそのトンネルで加速させて衝突させることで未知の素粒子反応を起こそうって実験を去年あたりから始めてる。まあ実験開始前はその実験でミニブラックホールが作られちゃうかもって噂もあったな。
Yeah, pretty much exactly what Daru just said. So yay, I remembered correctly. Fortunately, it's way too hard to make cool stuff like that. Good! Good, we don't want to accidentally make a black hole and, in the Earth. So, black holes are, kind of tragic.
そのミニブラックホールに地球が飲み込まれる。宇宙がやばいみたいな。
Mini black holes. I'm pretty sure Taitor said his time machine used mini black holes. Are the things he said about CERN true?
現実にそうなる可能性は
あるわねえよ。セルンが公式に否定してる。もし仮にミニブラックホールが生成されたとしても、エネルギー量はすごく小さいから生まれた瞬間に消えるね。地球を飲み込むなんて全然無理っしょ。
だが火のないところに煙は立たない。
If I remember correctly, Taitor claimed that CERN began time machine research in 2001. In 2034, they complete the time machine. Right now, it's 2010. If they actually started that research, it would have been 9 years ago. According to their official announcements, they only began experimenting in 2008. That's suspicious. Of course, that's assuming Taitor's story is true. Some of Taitor's predictions were on the mark, but most weren't. I'm also perplexed by how everyone around me seems to have forgotten about Taitor's 2000 appearance. There's something important in Taitor's tale. Or at least, I want there to be. I take out my phone and put it to my ear.
俺だ聞いて驚くな。悪の陰謀の匂いを嗅ぎつけた。ジョン・タイターとセルン。その2つの言葉から俺が言いたいことは分かってもらえるはずだ。ああ、そうだ。奴らは機関とつながりがある可能性が高い。偶然だと？おいおい、あまり俺を失望させるなよ。何？根拠だと？そうだな。あえて言えばささやくのだよ。俺のマッドサイエンティストとしての直感がな。
I mean, he's probably right. There's some sort of conspiracy going on. But I doubt that there's an organization after him that is, doing it.
奴らは世界を滅ぼそうとしている。ああ、ミニブラックホールによってだ。だが、もしもその技術を俺たちが横取りすることができたら、どうかな？当然だ。俺は誰だと思っている？すべてはシュタインズゲートの選択だよ。L、プサイ、コングル。
I put away my phone, then turned to find Daru giving me an exasperated look.
お前は一体誰と戦っているんだ？
ダルよ。俺たちのやるべきことは一つだ。
Nah.
やるべきこと？なんぞ。
なんぞではない。引き返すな。そこは全てを組んでにやりと笑うのだ。でないとスーパーハカーらしくないだろうが。
I wanted him to say something like, well, why the hell not? What's in it for me? And then we'd continue like this, grinning slyly the whole time. A week's worth of potato chips. 10 days. You sure are a glutton. The dive makes you a hungry man. Deal. Get started. You got it, boss. Or something like that. Yeah, a real cool conversation. But the real world Daru just purses his lips.
オカリンはいつも説明不足なんだっつーの。かっこつけるより先に分かるように話してくれ。
Work with me here.
お前はスーパーハカーだ。
ハカーって言うな。せめてハッカーにして。
あとはわかるな。
いや全然。
セルにハッキングしろ。
Daru stares at me in disbelief.
それはひょっとしてギャグで言っているのか？
誰？お前ならできる。奴らの悪事を暴き、タイムマシンについてのヒントを手に入れろ。
悪事ってオカリンの妄想だろ
う。電話レンジカッコ仮をタイムマシンとして使えるようにするか、このままただの打作としてラボの倉庫で眠らせることになるか、今が分岐点だ。
マジで言ってんの？
俺はいつでもマジである。
I look Daru straight in the eye as I answer. Looks like that made him understand my position. Daru sweeps the garbage off his desk and sits up straight.
どうなっても知らないぜ。
Suddenly, Daru is bursting with energy. It's like his earlier lethargy is a lie.
交渉成立だ。すぐ取り掛かってくれ。
うは、みなぎってきた。
報酬のポテチ1週間分はスイスの銀行に振り込んでおく。
Daru doesn't respond. He's already deep in concentration.
じゃあ、俺は寝る。あとは任せた。
I lie down on the sofa and let the clacking of Daru's keyboard lull me to sleep. I wake up to the twilight sun streaming in through the window. And again, I have emails. Paris. Well, that one goes for a while and I can't read it. Wow. Let's do the one that sounds like the most, feeding into. Yeah, let's do that. Can I read the entirety of it? Decrepit does. There it is. Cool. A refreshing breeze blows in, softly brushing my cheek. Daru's exactly where I left him before I fell asleep. He's sitting in exactly the same position. Not much has changed besides his typing speed. Oh, and now he's muttering to himself. I guess he hasn't had any success at hacking yet. I look around the room, but I can't find Mayuri. Maybe she's not coming today. I guess food-related grudges really do run deep. I stand and stretch. I don't want to bother Daru, so I don't say anything to him. Take a cold Dr. P out of the fridge and quench my thirst. Then I throw myself back down onto the sofa and start browsing @channel on my phone. And what perfect timing! Taitor is currently posting in the thread. What? The Wheeler model is correct. So there are so few people who can observe changes in divergence. I'm immersed in a heated internet argument when an unfamiliar voice interrupts me. The door opens and a girl peeks inside. I recognize her. It's the girl I met yesterday at the BronTube workshop. When our eyes meet, she smiles. Daru's typing gets even faster. Looks like he's in the zone. It would be a bad idea to disturb him with our voices. I nod to the girl and hurry outside. What was this girl's name again? I think it was something like Aruma or Amore? Oh, right, Amane. Amane Suzaha.
今、我が相棒である天才が重要なミッションを遂行中なのだ。
The main character had a thought that made sense. This is scary. I know, right?
君たちって何してる人？
前も言ったはずだ。俺たちの秘密に踏み込めば貴様も危険に巻き込まれる可能性があると。
未来ガジェット研究所って言うんだよね。
なぜ知っている？俺は説明した覚えはないぞ。
Your landlord told her, you
機関の
dipshit.
スパイ。
I raise my guard and spring into praying mantis stance. Suzuha just stares blankly.
下のポストにそう書いてあった。
That's also, possible.
そうか。
I lower my guard. Why didn't she just say so? She just did. Insanity duration, 30 seconds. That's about all his mad scientist brain can handle.
知られたからにはしょうがない。簡単に説明しておこう。ただし、これは他言無用だ。
Suzuha nods firmly. Is it just me, or are her eyes gleaming?
我ら未来ガジェット研究所は世界を影から操る闇の機関に対抗し、その支配構造を破壊するために活動しているのだ。ふーはははは。
へえ。その闇の機関ってセルン？
そうだが。
おお、やっぱそうなの？あいつら抱きすべき連中だよね。
She nods to herself for some reason. And contemptible? I thought I was the only one who used words like that in normal conversation.
なぜ俺たちが今まさにセルンにハッキング中だと知っている？
I mean, she didn't until you just told her.
ハッキング中なの？今？
Me and my big mouth.
いいからこちらの質問に答えろ。なぜ俺たちとセルンの関係を知っている？
それは。いや実は昼間話し声を聞いちゃってさ、ここに立つと窓から聞こえてくるわけ。
The window. Come to think of it, it was open, and Daru and I were talking loudly. But can you really hear us from here? I look up to the second floor. The window's still fully open, but I can't hear a thing. I guess Daru's working quietly. I look down. There's an unfamiliar bicycle parked in front of the Bronze workshop. I bet it's Suzuha's. One of those mountain bikes. Its frame is all sparkly, its tires mostly clean. It's probably new. It looks pretty fast, but whose is it?
私、昨日からここで働き出したんだけど。
Suzuha opens the Bronze workshop door with a wry smile.
これが予想以上に暇でさ。今日だけで 4,5 回は外に出たね。客来ないかなーって店の前で索敵しちゃったね。
Reconnoiter? Or Reconnoiter? Reconnoiter, I think. Most of these words I know, but I've never actually had to say them out loud. So, I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce them properly. There's a word you don't hear in casual conversation. I'm pretty sure it means to perform reconnaissance, to scout an area and gather intelligence. Is she some kind of secret agent? I follow Suzuha into the store.
その時に2階から君たちの話し声が聞こえちゃったわけよ。気になってついネットで調べちゃった。セルンの黒い噂についてもバッチリ知ってるよ。
Damn, we were careless. Looks like we need to close that window when we discuss sensitive matters from now on. But if we do that, the lab will turn into a scorching hell. Damned if I do, damned if I don't.
とにかく絶対に他言無用だぞ。
Or else men in black will raid us.
あ、わかった。これでも口は固いから任せといて。
Suzuha grins and thumps her chest confidently. All is quiet inside the Brawn Tube workshop. That gigantic TV isn't on. Mr. Brawn's not here either.
店長はどこへ？
たった今、君のテレビの修理が終わって出てったよ。
He probably went to see the chipmunk. We'll do that one. It's a little bit less creepy than being like, hey, come be my personal maid. And it's not as creepy as the, oh, my time runs short, the organization, and the seal on my arm. Oh, oh, oh. Woe is me. Getting a lot of email today. He disappears during business hours every now and then. Whenever I asked him where he's going, he always says something like, I'm picking up my beloved daughter from school, or my beloved daughter has a cold with a huge grin on his face. He dotes on her too much. It probably just annoys her. Anyway, how just irresponsible can you be to neglect work to see your daughter? Well, I know something about your home life, mister. He used to put a back soon sign on the door whenever he left, but now he has Suzuha to take care of things while he's gone.
つうわけで、直ったテレビはこれね。
Suzuha lightly taps the TV on the counter.
お代は1000円でいいってさ。
Damn manager. I bet he gave it to us just so he could charge repair fees. I reluctantly take a bill out of my wallet and hand it to Suzuha. She takes out a receipt. Apparently, it was already written out.
毎度あり。じゃあ、持ってっていいよ。
まさか一人で持っていけと？
え？違うの？持ってきた時も一人だったんでしょ？
Don't you know it takes 10 times more effort to go upstairs than down? Defying gravity is no easy task, woman.
手伝ってもいいけど、そっか。もう力仕事も女がやる時代か。
She mutters, her tone pensive. How sarcastic of her.
誰も貴様に手伝ってもらおうなどとは思っていない。というより、貴様のような女子に手伝ってもらうことなど、この俺のプライドが許さん。
おお。
Applause.
今の男らしいじゃん。私惚れちゃうかも。
騙されるものか。貴様、嘘をついているな。
Why do I feel like these two are like two peas in a pod?
なんで嘘って思うの？
それは、この俺の能力の一つ、カラーリングジェントルマンが反応したからだ。
This power allows me to see through lies. Liars appear to glow red, then they die.
能力
Suzuha's eyes pop, but then she clears her throat as if to hide her surprise.
それって超能力的なもの？
When I nod, she whispers into my ear.
あのさ、君みたいな能力者って他にもあまたにいるわけ？
いるわけがなかろう。この俺がスペシャルなのだ。
I thrust my chest out as far as possible to display my majesty.
そっか、あまたにはいないのか。びっくりした。でもいるって時点ですごいな。やっぱセルンのせいで退化したのかな。
After muttering some nonsense to herself, she finally nods in understanding.
でもさ、戦闘になれば相手の嘘を見抜く力なんて意味なくない？ やっぱ 1000m 級の長距離狙撃を命中させられるとか、いかに効率よく相手の関節決められるかとかの方が重要だと思うな。
What the hell is she talking about? Is she a survival game otaku? No, wait, don't tell me.
貴様、さては機関のヒットマンだな。ミス・ゴルゴというコードネームで呼ばれているだろう。誰に雇われた？
Why are you like this?
いや、誰にも雇われてないし。っていうか、ゴルゴって何？
She's trying to gloss things over with an insincere smile. Her confusion is suspicious. That reminds me, I think I remember her saying some awfully disturbing things when we first met yesterday.
ちなみにさ、君の能力って他にもあるの？
あったとしても、俺を殺しに来たヒットマンに教えるものか。
君を殺しなんてしないってば。
己の能力を他人に教えるなど、自殺行為にも程がある。力は秘めたるもの。相手に悟られぬよう使ってこそ、初めて最大限の効果を得られるのだ。
ケチ。
なんとでも言え。
Burning tension runs between us. Our eyes meet. Invisible sparks scatter.
はあ。
No, cancel, stop. Just respond to her already, you fucking... And then an email arrives to break the stalemate. I turn my attention away from Suzuha. This ringtone is starting to piss me off. It's most likely from that male demon, Shining Finger. I can tell without even checking. This is getting ridiculous. She's got some stalker qualities, and maybe split personalities. I shouldn't have given her my address. Just tell her what she wants. I look at Suzuha and see her lying on the counter. She's playing with something in the palm of her hand. It looks like a small metal pin. Anyway, how can she be this lazy on her second day? I love CRTs was a lie too, wasn't it?
なんか渋い顔してるね。死亡通知でも来た？
あ？
例えだってば。
She was just wondering if I got a death notice? How can she say that with a straight face? What the hell is a death notice anyway? Do those even exist?
嫌な知らせでもあったのかって聞きたかったわけ。
似たようなものだ。
This girl is hard to get a handle on. I really shouldn't let my guard down around her.
ENVtuber というレトロ PC にやたら執着している女がいてな。
Suzuha leaps up as soon as I speak.
ENVtuber?
I think it's more just a reference to the concept of, like, a warning given by an assassin. Like, I think she was playing along with his, oh, you're an assassin hired to kill me shtick. I don't know. She is a little hard to get a wrap around. I'm wondering exactly how many time travelers there are in this particular game right now. Because I had my first suspicion that the one that keeps sending him emails that he won't reply to is one. And I have another suspicion that maybe she's one. And then you have John Titor, who may actually be one of the two girls, if they are.
知っているのか？
あ、うん。
そうか。IBN5100 の都市伝説は有名だったのか。
Maybe that retro PC is more popular with female otaku than I thought.
そうそう、都市伝説で知った。君はどの程度まで知ってんの？
IBN5100 を実際に探し回ってみたが、結局秋葉にはなかったというオチは知っている。
そっか。そりゃそうだよね。
何か知っている口ぶりだな。
いや、知ってるような知ってないようなって感じかな。私は知らないけど、遠い知り合いが知ってて、それをちらっと聞いたことがあるみたいな。
Another insincere smile. I'm starting to think she's not a very good liar. You can tell she's lying whenever she smiles like that. Sure enough, she doesn't offer any other information. She just keeps that insincere smile plastered on her face.
貴様、何者
Suzuha falls back down on the counter with a deep sigh. She looks up at me from that position.
IBN5100 についてのさ、興味深い情報教えてあげようと思ったのにな。そんな目で見られたら教える気なくなっちゃった。
そもそも俺は IBN5100 になど興味はない。
I'm more concerned with CERN right now. Solving one of Akiba's mysteries won't topple the organization's regime, after all.
貴様を信用できる要素が一つもない。その面白い情報が真実であるかどうかもわからない。
うわぁ、そこまで言う？確かに私挙動不審だけどね。じゃあさ、教えないけどヒントだけあげるよ。そんで分かりそうで分からないもどかしさに身もだえちゃえ。実は IBN5100 には隠された機能があるんだよ。
A hidden function. That reminds me, I'm pretty sure that John Titor from 2000 said something like that. I searched through my memories.
確か IBN5100 には独自のプログラミング言語がどうたらこうたら。
嘘！なんで知ってんの？なんで
I only vaguely remembered, but it looks like I hit the mark. I grin.
能力名サイズハング。俺は貴様の心の内を読み取ることができるのだ。
何それ？反則！
For some reason, Suzuha covers her face with both her hands. She opens her fingers just enough to peek at me. That's not enough to escape my power.
すべてはお見通しだ。アマネスズハ。観念するがいい。
Resistance is futile. You will be assimilated.
とにかく IBN5100 には隠された機能があるの。AP エリアベーシックが普及する前に書かれた IBN の独自のプログラミング言語も解読できちゃうのってさ、驚愕だと思わない？
I know what BASIC is, but what's APL? Oh, I hate programming language, really. Now I remember. John Titor said the same thing in 2000. And right after that, an IBM engineer officially admitted to that function's existence.
今や IBN5100 でしか解読できない失われたプログラミング言語があったりするんだよ。
The reason Titor traveled to 1975 to obtain an IBM 5100 was because he needed that function. Maybe Moeka wants to use it too. Or maybe not. Shining Finger doesn't seem like the type who'd know that sort of function.
だから IBN5100 ってすっごくレアな PC なの。
While talking, Suzuha keeps dropping her glance to the metal pin in her hand. She rolls it around with her fingers. I guess that's a habit of hers. So, IBM 5100s are super rare? Maybe if I get one, I can sell it for a high price. That could be a good way to raise research funds. But first, I have to deal with CERN. 20 hours have passed since Daru started hacking. Night gives way to a refreshing summer morning. I glance at Daru while browsing @channel on my phone. He's fidgeting even more. Now his legs are like pistons. His knees move up and down in harmony with the rat-a-tat-a-tat-a-tat of his keyboard. Daru hasn't slept in about 40 hours, but he still won't get off the computer. I was going to ask him if he'd like a break, but his entire body is exuding an aura that says, "Don't talk to me." I curl up a bit and return to my phone. My discussions with John Titor just aren't making sense. Not even Titor himself seems to know about the Titor from 10 years ago. It's hard to imagine that everyone on @channel is conspiring against me. But how else can I explain it? Out of options, I decide to email Titor directly, just as he told me to. He audaciously exposed his own address on @channel. I guess that's his way of saying, "Rule. Bring it on." In my email, I question the differences between his posts now and his posts 10 years ago. The current Titor hasn't even acknowledged the latter. I only vaguely remember them, but they basically went like this. In 2015, World War III breaks out. Many people die. In 2036, the world is contaminated from nuclear war. 2036, the world is a nuclear wasteland. So it's not the same thing as what's going on here. John Titor travels to 1975 to obtain an IBM 5100. It was necessary to revive technology lost in World War III. IBM 5100 has a hidden function, the ability to read IBM's proprietary computer language, which predates APL on BASIC. But only certain IBM engineers are aware of that function, so it doesn't appear in the manual. In 1998, Titor meets his younger self and his parents in America. John Titor was a soldier who volunteered for this mission. John Titor is an American. Furthermore, in 2000, Titor correctly predicted the outcomes of some future events. The Peruvian coast earthquake in 2001, the election of a new pope, the outbreak of the Iraq War, China's advances in space, and so forth. Though he only talked vaguely about each one, they all came true. On the other hand, other predictions went unfulfilled. For example, the Y2K bug, civil war in America, the cancellation of the Beijing Olympics, the inauguration of America's first female president in 2009, so forth. There's more, but let's leave those aside for now. I'm going to ask him why those predictions didn't come true. Most of your predictions from back then didn't come true. If you're from the future, then why didn't your predictions come true? I'd appreciate a satisfactory explanation. Alright, let's send it now. If he can't answer to my satisfaction, then the current Titor is an imposter. Well, I know how that's going to end. This is your litmus test, John Tythor. So what are your true colors?
トゥットゥルー、おはよう。
Mayuri comes in. Looks like she's forgiven us for experimenting on her food. She's back to her usual smiley self.
こんな朝早くからどうしたのだ？
2人が2日連続徹夜って聞いたからね。差し入れ買ってきたよ。
そうか、それはご苦労。
Though, to be accurate, it wasn't 2 nights in a row. I took an afternoon nap yesterday. Mayuri starts fishing through her convenience store bag. And then she takes out...
じゃーん、おでん缶。
Huh. That sounds kind of tasty, truthfully. The canned oden is still warm when she gives it to me. I open the lid right away and eat the beef. Mayuri and I have been together for a long time, so she knows what I like. And when it comes to canned oden, beef is where it's at.
マユシーからのプレゼントだよ。1個270円もするんだから大事に食べてね。
最近バナナや唐揚げは食べ飽きていたところだ。今後もこの差し入れで頼む。
さすがにしょっちゅうおごれるほどマユシーのポケットマネーは多くないのです。あとバナナや唐揚げはマユシーが大好きだから今後も続けます。
I consider saying you'll get fat if you only eat frozen foods. That threat's not very effective against Mayuri, so I'll hold my tongue. Her high metabolism prevents her from getting fat no matter how much she eats.
あとね、他にもあるよ。はい、じゃーん。
Next, she produces a small box with a Rhinet illustration.
ライネットソーセージ。あのね、おまけでウーパのボトルキャップがついてくるんだ。すごく欲しかったから買っちゃった。
She sticks out her tongue with a shy giggle. Something tells me that in a few months' time, this lab will be neck-deep in Upa goods. There are only a few things right now, like the cushion on the sofa, but that number is sure to grow exponentially.
で、ダルくんはどう？
苦戦中だ。少しぐらい休んでもらった方がいいんだがな。何もぶっ通しで何とかしろとは一言も言ってないんだから。
ダルくんのスーパーハッカー魂がメラメラバーニングしちゃったんだね。
そこハカーって言わないように。
An empty Diet Cola bottle comes whistling through the air. It hits my head with a nice thunk.
ピリピリしてる。
Mayuri and I evacuate to a corner of the lounge and quietly eat the oden.
でもハッキングって悪いことなんだよね。マユシーはね、2人にそういうことしてほしくないな。
ダルのスーパーハッカーじゃなくてハッカーとしての腕前使わなければ宝の
I
持ち
like
腐
this
れだ。
cola bottle already. Incidentally, it looks like hackers hijacked CERN's system back in 2008. We found news articles about it online. It's a kitty. I am so far off the camera, but it's a kitty. Ah, it's so cute. Oh, she's purring so hard. Ah. I have a feeling. There we go. I think it was tracking Kittlefish. It does that sometimes. Yeah, where were you living before? Sounds, like a good question to ask a friend, I guess. There's more. I'm kind of new to this email thing. You're gonna laugh at me. I'm not gonna laugh at you. That means even the inventors of the World Wide Web have holes in their security. With his skills, Dario should have no trouble getting through.
それにこれはセルンの悪事を暴くため世界を陰で支配する巨大な闇との戦いなのだよ。
悪いことは悪いことだよ。
That's unusual. Mayuri just usually accepts whatever I say. Well, I admit it, we are doing a bad thing. But there's no way we can stop now. I need to change the subject.
マユリよ、さつま揚げをやるから牛すじをくれないか。
それならうずら卵がいいな。
ふざけるな。俺は牛すじの次にうずら卵が好きなのだ。
マユシーもうずら卵好きだもん。
ちくわで手を打ってくれ。
わかったよ。さつま揚げよりはちくわだもんね。
With that said, I skewer the chikua and put it in Mayuri's can, and I get her beef in return. Subject change complete. Mayuri really eats up conversations about food. It's so easy to manipulate her.
もうすぐなんだよ。SQL のテーブル一覧さえ手に入れればパスワード特定余裕なんだよ。うへへへへ。僕をなめんな。
Daru has started talking to himself. Looks like things are falling into place. Daru really is a Asuka Haka. I think this is the first time I've seen him serious. Daru bends himself forward, staring holes into the screen. But all I see on the screen is the same string of numbers and letters.
おほ、来た来た来た。いいよいいよ。ほら、観念して俺の前に全部晒しやがれっつーの。すっぱだかにされてる気分はどうだよ。ひゃっははははは。
His eyes are bloodshot, and he's started rambling. Maybe the lack of sleep is getting to him. Daru opens up a new window, types in a 12-character string, and slams the enter key. An error sound rings. He quickly deletes the string and enters in a new one. He keeps repeating that sequence until finally...
おお、来た来たー。ID とパス一致ひょっほー。ログイン完了だゴラ。死ねえ、なめんな。イエスイエスイエス。
What enthusiasm!
誰やったのか。
The smug bastard turns around with an expression of immense satisfaction, as if he's gone into La Petite Morte. That's not the definition of that, but I guess if you're being roundabout, it's close.
ミッションコンプリート。
本当か？
わあ、すごいね。よくわかんないけど。
After 20 hours of agony, it's finally over. To show Daru my appreciation, I toss him an unopened Odin can.
仕事の後のおでん缶って最高すぎだろ
う。よくやった。やはりお前は世界最高のスーパーハッカー。
ハッカーな。
ハッカーだ。お前が敵でなくてよかった。それで世界滅亡計画の証拠は見つかったか？
いや、まだ見てねっつーの。繋がっただけ。ここまで来ればあとは楽だけどな。
ならば、疲れているところ悪いが早速調べてくれ。きっとあるはずなのだ。陰謀の影が。
はいはい、やりますよ。でもその前におでん缶食わせろ。
After a short meal break, Daru taps on his keyboard more nimbly than before.
手に入れたパスがセルンの誰のものなのかってのが問題なんだよな。
どういうこと？
Oh, certain people won't have, security levels. Clearance levels, that's what I want to say.
セルンのデータベースに入ってデータのテーブル一覧をゲットしたんよ。そっから11111111とか ABCDEFGH みたいな簡単なパスワード使ってる関係者に的を絞って ID 手に入れたわけ。その ID の持ち主がサーバー管理者だったら最高なんだけど、さすがにそこまで運は良くないと思われ。
日本語で OK だよ。
右に同じく。
要するにセルンのサーバー管理者のパスだったならセルンの全身を舐め回すように弛緩しまくりだけど、そうじゃない普通の研究員か何かならおっぱいしか見せてもらえない的な。
ダルクエッチだね。
I mean, it's a good explanation. It's a very simple one, but it works.
エロい例えをするな。つまり見られる情報が限定されてしまうということだろう。
そういうこと。サーバー管理者を特定してパスをゲットするのも時間の問題だけど、それはまた今度にするわ。さすがに眠くてあんま頭が働かん。
It would be cruel to push Daru any further. It's unfortunate, but overworking him isn't an option. Let's let him rest so he can regain his energy.
お、どうやら手に入れた ID は加速器部門担当者のものらしいよ。
Oh, that's actually a pretty good one.
サーバー管理者じゃないのか。
一発で当てるなんて奇跡でも起きない限り無理だっつーの。セルに何人の関係者がいると思ってるんだぜ。
何
？6000人以上。
That is a lot of people. That many? I mean, yeah, dude. they're a big company.
まあとりあえずこの加速器部門担当者の名前はジャックさんのメールのログをちょろっと覗かせてもらおうよ。
And of course, the emails come up in English.
うわわ、眉シは頭が痛くなってきました。
It's pathetic to flinch at the mere sight of English.
誰よ、なんと書いてあるのだ。
翻訳しないと。
エキサイト先生にご登場願え。
Dr. Excite? Oh, a mean translation site. Gotcha.
そんなめんどいことしてらんねえっつの。
Daru boots up translation software and auto-translates the open page. Poor, unnatural Japanese shows up. The first line says, Happy New Year.
新年の挨拶みたいっすな。バカンスでスペイン行くとか裏山。
That email's normal, nothing out of the ordinary.
こういうログを漁っていけばそのうちサーバー管理者も特定できるのだぜ。
他人のメールを勝手に見るのってすごくごめんなさいって気持ちになる。
At least it's their work email, and probably not their personal email. Unless they're happening to use their work email as their personal email, which is usually a bad idea. Mayuri gets depressed and moves away from the computer. She sits on the sofa and hugs her giant upa cushion with a sigh. I know we're doing something socially unacceptable. However...
俺はとっくに悪の道に踏み込んだ身。何の良心の呵責も感じないのだ。責任はすべてこの俺が取る。ダルやマユリに罪をかぶせるつもりはない。
うほ、僕オカリンになら掘られてもいい。
Wow, Daru, okay.
それはお断りだ。というわけでダルよ、心置きなく覗き見るのだ。
オカリンって悪いんだ。マユシーは悲しいです。
That's of no concern to me. You just sit there and pretend your hands are clean. Upon further examination, we discover several emails with the title Experiment Report. In English, naturally. Looks like he sends emails like these almost daily.
LHC の実験レポートか。タイムマシンのヒントが得られるかもしれん。開いてみるべきだろう。
これ見たら確実にヤバそうだけどな。
That's what his lips say, but his hand still clicks on the email. What comes up is an unintelligible series of symbols.
これ暗号化されてる。
Nice.
さすがに簡単にはいかないか。
ま、この程度の暗号を解くのはへでもないがな。
Nice, super hacker. He's a genius, no doubt. Daru undoes the sorry, my tongue is starting to trip a lot. Daru undoes the security in less than 10 minutes. The real time sink is deciphering the crappy machine translation.
意訳すると、 はい、ポール。
そういう演技は無用だ。
サイですか。今日付の実験データをサーバーにアップしておいた。LHC の調子は良好だ。あくまで LHC はだが。こいつはまるで猫みたいに気まぐれだが、ここ1ヶ月ほどは驚くほど素直だ。ずっとこの調子だといいんだがな。しかし報われない仕事だと思わないか。この子猫、大猫と言うべきか。はははははは。が稼働して9年になるが、
9 years.
この人類史を塗り替える研究は一部の人間の目にしか入らないわけで。
2001, just like you said. It was supposed to only have been since 2008, so, yep.
もっとも公表されたらされたでいい晒し者になるのがオチだろうがな。世の中の連中はきっとこう言うだろうさ。今すぐロバート・ゼメキフをセルンに呼んでください。そうすれば1年と経たないうちに作ってもらえるだろうってな。
9年
Daru finishes reading. I rub my temples with my thumbs. Calm down. Let's sort things out.
今のメール、翻訳ミスということはないのか。
Did Daru notice something unnatural too? He's not joking like he usually does.
翻訳ソフトを信じるならミスはないんじゃね。ところどころへんてこな日本語になってるのは確かだけど。
だとしたら妙なことになる。 LHC が稼働を開始したのは去年の春ぐらいだったはずだ。だがこのメールでは9年前から稼働していたと読み取れる。
おかしいな。
The email's send date is this year, 2010. 9 years ago makes it 2001. Jean Titor posted this on @channel yesterday. The only other thing I can say is that you must not believe their lies. They have already succeeded at creating micro black holes, like gold. If you read between the lines of this email, it sounds like they're doing some sort of secret experiment. Also, Robert Zemeckis is a super famous Hollywood movie director. What name is that probably ripping off of? Kittlefish? It sounds like I should recognize it. He directed... He directed a trilogy of smash hit time travel movies about 20 years ago. Is that true? Maybe. I groaned. No way. Was I right? CERN's hiding a major secret from the world? And it's related to time travel?
誰？もっと調べてくれ。タイムマシン研究の痕跡を探すんだ。
マジでか。
I don't know if Daru is questioning my order or the possibility that CERN might be researching time travel. Either way, he begins tapping on the keyboard again.
どのメールにもタイムマシンって単語は出てこないけど。
Of course not. It wouldn't be that obvious even in encrypted emails.
Z プログラムって単語がこの数ヶ月で100箇所以上も使われてる。
Z.
これ今 LHC を使ってやってる実験のことじゃね？
その具体的な内容はブラックホールの生成実験か？
どっかに資料は。お、見つけた。
Dara opens a PDF attachment.
ほほう、なんかこれフランスとイギリスとオランダのトップシークレット扱いっぽい。
国家最高機密。
Government secrets.
セルンは国家機関じゃないはずなのに、なんでだろう。つうか国家機密ってさすがにまずいんじゃね？
構わん。詳細を調べろ。
いやいや、バレたらただじゃ済まんし。
お前はハッキングで足がつくような無能なのか？
そうならないようにはしてる。
だったら何も問題はない。
そりゃどうも。
Daru makes a slightly awkward face as he takes the file about the Z program and feeds it into the translation software.
5月14日、第137次 Z プログラム実験レポート。
I'm sorry.
なお、ミニブラックホール生成ミッションはすでに確立しているため報告は省く。第一に。
ストップストップ。
All of a sudden, Taitor's prediction became a reality.
やはりセルンは LHC を使ったミニブラックホール生成に成功していたのだ。
公式には実験はまだ成功してないって発表されてるのにな。
National panic. This is what Taitor was referring to when he posted "Don't believe what they say."
そもそも実験の目的は新しい素粒子反応を起こすことであってミニブラックホール生成じゃないし。
Daru doesn't take his wide eyes off the monitor.
だが実際にはすでにミニブラックホールは生成されている。
みたいだな。
その先には何と書いてある？
実験結果エラー、ヒューマンイズデッドミスマッチ、詳細は別紙ゼリーマンズレポートナンバー14を参照。リフターの調整および各局所場適合地点をオンラインとして確定できない限り実験は停止するべきと提案する。
どういう意味だ？
ヒューマンイズデッドって人が死んだって意味じゃね？
Somebody died. Seriously? I groan. This isn't a joke anymore. Something very serious is going on here. Maybe we are in too deep. What if we are? I'm not afraid. I'm not. After all, I am the insane, mad scientist. Holy Kilma! I can't stop now. I can't control my curiosity. Besides, now that I have proof of their evil deeds, ignoring it would just leave a bad taste in my mouth. My throat's gone dry. I swallow my saliva. In an attempt to keep whatever composure I can, I scold myself for being so faint of heart.
ゼリーマンズレポートというのは何だ？
Daru starts typing once I ask my question, but he soon clicks his tongue.
ジャックさんのメールには見当たらないな。誰かもっと偉い人かサーバー管理者のパスを手に入れないと。
ではそれは後回しだ。タイムマシンについて探してくれ。
さすがに出てこないんじゃね？
After that, Daru spends about 15 minutes fishing through the Accelerator Division Chief's email, but he doesn't find anything about time machines.
加速器技術委員会とか LHC 計画責任者とかって単語が出てきたから、その辺の ID を見当つけて探すかな。そっちからならもっと突っ込んだ情報が手に入るかもしれんわな。
ジャックさんの ID では調べられないのか？
Daru shakes his head.
では今日のところはこれまでか。
ちなみにさ、今見てたのがセルンの一番でかいサーバーなんだけど、実はもう一個妙なデータベースがあったんだよね。
妙というと？
バグってた。
バグ？
いや、バグっつうか、一応プログラムのコードらしきものは出てくるんだけど、もう意味不すぎてむちゃくちゃっつうか、全くもって解読不能です、本当にありがとうございましたっつうか。
Because it's in the code that you need the IBM 5100 code.
暗号化されている可能性は？
あれは暗号には見えないのだぜ。そもそもプログラムとして成立してないんだよね。ただそんな誰にも見られないようなデータベースがなんで置いてあんのかは気になる。
気になるな。
ちょっと解析してみるを。
So, it's 11 o'clock, and that seems like a good stopping point for the night. So he's still an asshole. But things are at least getting interesting enough that it's easier to overlook his assholishness. And as I believe Kittlefish has predicted, he did sort of land himself ass first into a conspiracy. It's just probably both deeper and not as deep as he believes it is, and has nothing to do with him. So yeah, I'm kind of interested again. Glad I stuck it through that first agonizing chapter. Next week we should have more interesting stuff going on. So Monday we've got more Mass Effect. Friday we've got more Mass Effect. Sunday we've got... Ooh. There is a small chance I may end up either canceling or delaying Mondays. I have 2 doctor's appointments that day, and they're early enough that I probably won't be like actively time difference problem ness, but I might just be fucking exhausted, you know? Well, I'll keep you guys in the loop, and I do enjoy playing Mass Effect, so it just might be kind of a low energy stream. Maybe I'll just play Mass Effect in my pajamas, and everyone can just deal with it. That would be kind of funny. But yeah, those are the definite ones. Midweek, if I'm feeling okay, there might be random streams, there might not be. I might decide to play more My Time at Portia. I might decide to try streaming Fall Guys. I might decide to try streaming something else. I have a lot of video games in my backlog, and I kind of want to play them. And there's several of them that I just sort of want to play on stream, too. Like, I found out Kittlefish has never played Chrono Trigger before? Which shouldn't surprise me, because she's not super experienced with JRPGs. But Chrono Trigger was one of those games that was, like, childhood importance for me. I watched my dad play through it more than once as a kid. So, you know, it's kind of like that and the old Final Fantasy series, Dragon Warrior. I think it's called Dragon Quest now. It's like the proper translation of the title or whatever. They're what I grew up with. And yeah, I kinda wanna play it, and you know, streaming it's one of the better ways that I can actually let Kittlefish experience it without them staring over my shoulder, which actively makes me uncomfortable. For some reason, sharing my screen is fine, but having someone staring over my shoulder is not. It's probably trauma. When in doubt, it's trauma. I also bought Final Fantasy 15 on a whim. Well, not on a whim. I eventually want to play all of them, so, you know. And it's one of the newest ones, and I have absolutely no experience with it, so I'll try it out. Maybe I'll like it better than I liked 13, which was the last one I played. 13 just left a nasty taste in my mouth. But that's it for now. We'll see you probably on Monday, and hopefully other times during the week. If nothing else, if you come here just for Steins Gate, I'll see you next week. Have a good week, Stardusts, and be good to each other.